I've realized I have more I want to discuss about how I believe that the Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively lawsuit is connected to the end of Hollywood. If you want to see part one of this video, it's my last video that I posted. In my last video, I discussed about how I believe Hollywood is a narcissistic hierarchical system and is also a nepotistic system that I believe needs to be brought down and is currently being brought down. I believe it is because of the information age that is largely responsible for these narcissistic systems that typically have operated on the narratives that they spun to people, these delusions that kept them in power. And because we are entering this new paradigm where truth is reigning, where the internet is able to easily get to the bottom of situations and find the truth of the matter. Because of the information age, because of this information that is accessible to the public, we are living in a time where narcissistic hierarchical systems are being brought down. And Hollywood is one of them. Now, don't get me wrong, though. I do want to mention that these narcissistic hierarchical systems, they're fighting back. Okay? I mean, Blake Lively, someone who I believe is a narcissistic abuser, she's fighting back, and we should probably go into some of her new allegations soon because she is adding to the lawsuit. She's changing it from SH to SA and making some claims. I don't personally believe them, but I guess we'll see. But we'll know more about that, I believe, on Monday or Tuesday, and I'll make another video about that then. But we're getting to the point, even though these narcissistic hierarchical systems are fighting back, and they're fighting to maintain control because they know that their control is slipping, people are starting to get the courage and become brave enough to speak out against them, when before they were silenced because they were the ones in power, and now the people are the ones who are starting to be in power. And one person I'm definitely going to credit, I mean, there's many people on the internet who are talking about this and who are sharing their experiences, and they're really being part of bringing down this hierarchy. And I could not be more proud of them and give them the credit. One of them, I believe I said her name wrongly last video I spoke of her. I'm very sorry. Her name, I believe, is Kirsty Flaw. She is a Hollywood reporter. And in her last video, she talked about how other people are starting to talk out about other celebrities who are also not very nice. She shared a clip of a man who talked about his experience working with Sarah Hyland.
She was such a tyrant, rude to everyone. At one point she said this, a quote. This is a quote. David, who's the director, there's extras eating at the craft service table. Like, she was annoyed that some extras wanted fucking free granola bars or whatever the hell. Like, but they're all like in this hierarchy of Hollywood where it's like, she's number one on the call sheet. We have to like pander to her. If she's mean to us, just let her be mean to us. And if she's sad, pretend like it's okay that she's sad. But she was a tyrant.
In a system, and when I say we, I mean Hollywood, show business, actors, comedians, musicians, where we're in this like little bubble and we're afraid to say anything bad about the director. We're afraid to say anything bad about the star. But the truth is, women can be douchebags, right? She's a great example of it. And stars can be very rude. I think it's okay to say these things. I'm not afraid. Me calling out Sarah as being a tyrant on the set, everyone have been like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? That's so mean to say that. I'm like, no, I'm saying she's mean and she should be held accountable for her meanness. And I think that honesty wins nowadays, and I'm really happy that honesty wins.
I apologize about the sound. TikTok has been doing that for some reason, but I just wanted to include it because I totally agree with him. Honesty is winning nowadays, and I think it is giving so many people courage to stand up and say, this isn't right. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are in this hierarchical system. This is wrong, and you shouldn't treat people this way. And this goes beyond Hollywood. Every system, the entire system of the world operates in this way. It's this nepotistic hierarchy that's narcissistic, and it's like, who are you in this today's society? If you're someone, you can get away with things. It even applies to the medical system. I mean, it's just everywhere that it shouldn't be. And this is why I believe this is something that's just, it needs to be overcome. It's a false system. It's based in falsehood. It's based in lies, and instead we need a system that is based in truth. And I believe that is the system that is going to overcome, hopefully soon, but definitely eventually, this false system that is based in narcissism and nepotism. I got another really good comment on my last video. It says, if it goes to trial, this is the end for PR firms. And I'm just like, yes, yes, because what are PR firms? Their whole point is to spin a narrative, no matter what the truth is, just like kind of like lawyers, what lawyers do, right? It's just, it's a part of this hierarchical false system that's based on lies. It's not based in truth. And I'm done with that. I think that as a people, as a collective, we're done with that. Anyways, sorry, I'm on a tangent. I'll keep going. People won't trust anything negative on social media until they get real receipts. It would be just as plausible that Blake hired her firm to spam negative Baldoni stories after he sued her back. Throughout this suit, Blake and Ryan keep getting people to say how nice they are and getting people who don't know Baldoni insulted, like the boss of his agent or manager, I forgot which, I think it was Ari Emanuel, who said he dropped Bologna or baloney during a podcast. Feels unprofessional for someone like him to even comment since Justin was his client. To me, this is a major conflict of interest. Blake can be the most terrible person on earth and still be SH or SA. Kindness feels like someone saying that they were not wearing revealing clothing that night and only HO3s get graped. And I totally agree with you. And I actually totally agree with Candace Owens' opinion on Ari Emanuel and why he's saying those things. I think she said it better than I ever could. Actually, someone recently compared me to Candace Owens, and that's such a compliment. Thank you. But I know I'm definitely nowhere on her articulation level and investigative report level. Granted, she has a whole team and I've got a chronic illness and stuff like that, but maybe someday, but definitely I'm more of an intuitive analyst anyways. I'm less of a facts-based analyst anyways. This is taken from E! News, and it's what Ari Emanuel said. He said, I mean, it's an effed up bad situation what Baldoni is doing. They mentioned that Justin was once one of his clients, and he starkly added, until I fired him. I've known Ryan and Blake for over a decade, Ari explained. They're really incredible people. In Hollywood, they have been incredibly successful. People work with them. They've never had any bad mojo out there or treated people badly. They're charitable. They've given tons of money away. Candace Owens had some really good commentary on this. She was saying, oh, they were nice to me and I make a lot of money off of them and it's in my best interest to defend them because if I don't and they, lose public opinion, then I'm going to lose money. And also they've given to charity. So that means they're good people. So that means if they're good in one way, that means they're good in all ways. And that's just, we know that's a falsehood. People can be, for example, my narcissistic abuser was incredibly charitable in many ways to other people, especially to strangers. By the way, narcissists are very charitable strangers, and they actually oftentimes use that charity to gain control over their victims or gain control over people so that they can get something from them. But more on that on a future video. He continued, if what is alleged in her lawsuit that what happened on social media is true, just because she complained to the studio that things were unhealthy on set, and that he was the director and this man was the producer, and they did to her what is being alleged, they're really bad people. Reiterating his stance on Ryan and Blake, Ari didn't mince his words. I am ride or die, he emphasized, and they are good people. And this is what drives me crazy about these flying monkeys who, defend these narcissistic abusers. They use the excuse that they're ride or die, that they're loyal, that that's somehow a good thing. Defending abusers, people who have done something wrong, is not a good thing. It's not a good thing. Just loyalty alone is not a moral good thing if you are being loyal to something bad. And so you can see those who have something still to gain from the narcissistic hierarchical systems that are in place, and Hollywood being one of them, are obviously going to defend these narcissistic abusers. They're all obviously going to try and stop the system from being taken down. But in my opinion, in the age of the internet, in the information age, it is a losing battle, because we are living in an age where the truth is going to come out. Always going to come out at this point, and eventually this system will be brought down and a new system, a better system, will be put in place. At least that's my hope, that it will eventually happen. I think it will. And whether platforms like YouTube and creators who have something authentic to share on there take its place, or if just better creators and actors and writers go into Hollywood and really put themselves at the top because of this new paradigm. It doesn't matter. The point is I think that authenticity is going to reign. That no longer are we going to see these talentless actors who get their positions because of nepotism, and we're going to see the return of authentic art.